Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. So there's a few things to go over today. We are starting off with the fact that Oshi has been revealed as a product in Japanese. We know the product's coming out, the release date, and that we're getting signed cards, which is obviously great news. After that, I'll be going into the fact that I've now got a Discord, so I'll put a link in the description for that for you guys and me to all chat about sets and new things that I'm posting about or releasing, and products and pre-orders and things like that. And lastly, I want to go over the issue with sort of streaming openings for Weiss. Now, I did do a live stream on YouTube a few weeks ago and it went amazing, so thanks to everyone who got involved and picked up boxes. I had a great time, and I'm sure it felt like you guys had a great time in the chat as well. But yeah, there's some changes that I need to make. You may already have noticed that or heard of the changes I've made, but I want to go into a bit more detail as to the problems that there are around that and mapping and things like that. So let's start off. Let's get into Oshi, which I am super excited for. I am definitely, no matter what, going to be getting the ISP. And as you can see here, this is their trial deck announcement reveal. So yes, we are getting a trial deck, but not only that, it is going to have signed cards inside the trial deck, which is kind of surprising, but obviously great news to hear. Recently with Japanese sets, they've kind of moved away a little bit from putting signed cards, or experimented with not putting signed cards in the trial deck. So really good to see that they're doing it on this one. And yeah, we've got a release date as well. This is, at the moment, as far as we know, we've only been told this is the Japanese release. We've got no idea currently if this is coming to English, but we've got a release date of December, the 8th December. So not too far away, really. We've got a couple of months left and this will be here. So we've got the trial deck. We've got some confirmed information here. Now, interestingly enough, shout out to Shuffling on Discord. There is an issue with the translation here. So if I convert this back to Japanese, you will see that SPs are mentioned here. And if we actually just highlight the text around this area and translate it this way, no idea why, just obviously an issue with translating. So the trial deck has 2 SPs in it, as confirmed here. Signature card of the cast, 2 types. We've got Aqua and we've got Ruby. So we've got the 2 children in the show as SPs on the trial deck. This was surprising to me because simply because when they did the reveal for the trial deck, obviously it's got I plastered on the reveal. We've got her, that didn't really zoom in much, but we've got her on the trial deck as, you know, the SR that they have on the front. So I was expecting she was going to be a trial deck pull, but yeah, that is not the case. It is Aqua and Ruby that can be found in the trial decks. We've also got this really nice reveal of a potential card that we will be getting, where we've got the whole family there from a scene in the first episode, or the movie essentially, which is really nice. So I'm excited to see some reveals. I'll be doing videos when we get them, but as of now, it's just information on the product. So here is the booster box reveal that they did. This can be found on Twitter. This is on the Weiss Japanese Twitter where these images were posted and the announcement was made. So again, we've got a booster box here, and another reason why I thought I was going to be in the trial deck, she's not really that present in this artwork here, which is used on the booster box down here. She is obviously at the top there, but faded out for certain reasons. But yeah, based on the artwork and design, I assumed she was going to be in the trial decks. That is not the case though. And obviously we've got Aqua card sort of reveal here, very minimal. You don't have anything on the card, just the artwork on it, and obviously the booster pack design. So if we head on over to the booster box information page, we've got information here of all of the stamp signed cards of the cast. So yeah, we've got all of the cast here with signatures on them, and obviously we don't know yet if maybe Aqua and Ruby are exclusive only to the trial decks. we've got no idea in terms of rarity. There's no information. So as it stands, we know the product's coming out, we know there's booster boxes, we know there's trial decks, and we know there's signed cards in both of them. In terms of rarity, I know a lot of people are expecting I is going to be some sort of rarity like they did with Chainsaw Man. So we had Chainsaw Man rares, and we had Makima as a Chainsaw Man rare, and she was like 1 in 6, 1 in 9 cases or something. Yeah, just a very hard card to pull, which obviously made her very expensive. A lot of people are kind of assuming that the same thing's going to happen here. Maybe they're going to be SSPs or set card, or maybe they will follow the trend that they did with Chainsaw Man and add a Oshinoko rarity that is above the rest. We won't know until more information comes out, but obviously it's great news that we can see exactly what characters are getting signed cards and that there's signatures in both products. So yeah, December the 8th on my store, Card Cami, this has been put up for pre-orders. You can order cases of the decks, cases of the boxes, or just a few boxes or decks here and there. So if you want them and you're in the UK and Europe, head on over. In terms of updates from me, we've got a Discord which I will link in the description. So when I went live on YouTube and did some HoloLive openings, I think last week, last Friday I think it was, a lot of you were obviously interacting with each other in the chat, which was great to see. I had loads of fun. It really felt like a community, even though there was only a handful of us there present at the time. But I know you guys were ordering boxes or had ordered boxes, and you wanted to, talk to each other and let them know what you got and things like that. So I have made a Discord where obviously we can all talk and chat together without actually having to be on a live. So I'll put the link in the description if you want to come join, come hang out, ask any questions, whether that's store related, set related. I'll post information as well about things that are coming out when I've added products for pre-order on the store, when I'm going live on YouTube, new videos and things like that. So yeah, if you enjoy the channel, enjoy the content, come join the Discord and we can all chat. And lastly, the last part of this video that I wanted to cover was the issue with Weiss and streaming openings and mapping. So for those of you that don't know, I also stream on Whatnot, which is a live marketplace platform that essentially is built around, selling things live on stream, whether that's singles or openings for card games and things like that. And obviously it's very similar to what I did on YouTube the other week when I did openings for people and we pretty much went through a whole case. Now, because of mapping and Weiss, that creates a lot of issues. If I get a case in for streaming exclusively and we go through that on, whether that's a mixture of some of the boxes are opened on Whatnot, some of them are opened on YouTube, or they're all on one of those platforms, it doesn't really make any difference, because what happens is a case is 18 boxes. If we go through, let's just make it really simple for argument's sake. Let's say a case cost me £1,000, and I think that works out at like £55 a box roughly, but we'll just simplify it. It's £55 a box for a case of 18 boxes at £1,000. Let's say after fees, after all the postage and fees, packaging and everything else, let's just say I net £60 per box. So there's a £5 profit on each box I sell. Now these are just completely generic numbers. These are not the costs and prices that I sell at, as you know. Let's say we open half a case, so we get 9 boxes opened on stream, and we hit all of the hits in that case. By just getting halfway, we've got everything. Whatever the set is, whether that's 1 SSP and 2 SPs or just 2 SPs, obviously it changes between sets, but if we get halfway at that point, I've made £5 per box. That's £45 profit from the boxes opened so far. Now, obviously the remainder of those boxes, I can't morally sell, so I'm not going to sell them on the store. I'm not going to sell them to people on stream without disclosing the fact that there's no hits in them. They are dead boxes. We know they are dead, and because of that, I can no longer sell them at the price of £60 or whatever it is I just said. So what happens there is I have to sell them as dead boxes, and maybe that's 20, 25, £30. Let's just, for argument's sake, let's say it's net £30, which I don't think it potentially would be, but we're just using figures here. Right, so net £30 per box. So the remaining 9 boxes at £30. What's that? Quick maths. That's £270 for the rest of the remaining half a case. Now, obviously, that is a loss of £30. No, if they're £55 cost price, that is a loss of £25 per box. Now, the £5 profit per box versus the £25 loss per box over half a case. I'm sure you can tell I've lost money opening that case if that happens. So because of that, the only way I can see streaming openings and things like that working, there's 2 things that can be done here. There's 2 ways out of this for it to be fair for everyone and for me to not lose money and just, you know, I can't lose money because then it affects things like the store, right? So the 2 possible solutions, one is to pre-sell all of the boxes in the case before the stream starts. Before a single box gets opened, they have to all be pre-sold, and at that is a way I can sell them at the same price that I would offer for shipping that out through the store and things like that. That would be one way, but I don't think that's just possible. Most people purchase on stream, whether that's Whatnot or YouTube. When I went live on YouTube, I was only opening 3 boxes, and obviously that escalated very quickly while I was live, because if people see boxes opened with no hits, kind of encourages them to place an order and then get some boxes opened, because the odds are starting to get better and things like that. And as you can tell, we went through a case minus like 4 or 5 boxes, I think, which got shipped out. So pre-selling is one way of doing it, but I don't think Weiss in the UK and my channel itself and things like that, it's not big enough to pre-sell, considering the fact that, you know, 90% of the sales happen while you're live on stream as it is. So that for me right now isn't a solution. The only other thing, and I've spoken to a lot of people in the community about this, trying to get as many ideas as possible, see what other people do. The only other thing you can do is increase the price per box, because inevitably you will extremely likely end up with some dead boxes. You know, it's extremely unlikely you'll go through the whole case and the last boxes will have the hits in. It can happen, and equally I could open 3 boxes from the case and hit all of the hits and be left with nearly a whole case of dead boxes. Now, on average, that's not going to happen realistically. I predict that I'd probably on average be left with 4 or 5 boxes. Now, sometimes that could be 10, sometimes that could be 1, and hopefully over time and over the average, that evens out and it's absolutely fine and it's sustainable, because if I'm making a loss, it's just not sustainable whatsoever. So yeah, raising the price slightly, which I have done. I'll put a link in the description, because I am going live next Friday at 7:30 p.m. to open Overlord on release day. I have, I think, 1 or 2 boxes that I already said I would open for people on the stream that was at the price of the standard box. So obviously I'm going to honor that and open them at that price. But I have made a listing. The link will be in the description. If you want to get a box for the stream, it will be there. You can obviously also buy it on that link while I'm streaming on that day. So if you drop in and see it, you can pick one or several up to open on stream. So I have had to price them slightly more to account for the fact that I'm very likely to be left with some dead boxes that I have to sell at a reduced rate. Now, I have said that if they do pre-sell, which I personally, I'm not expecting them to, but if we ever do pre-sell a whole case, then I will happily issue partial refunds to everyone that then bring it down slightly to the same price as just ordering a box on the site. So yeah, that's the plan moving forward. I have absolutely no idea how it's going to go. It very potentially could put people off, and they could end up just saying, yeah, that's fine, I'd rather save the extra £5 and just order it and you send it to me through the store as normal versus opening it on stream. I completely understand that. I am kind of forced to charge more to open it live on stream, and I know that's not going to be for everyone, and some people would rather pay a lower price to get the product to open themselves. So it is kind of really disappointing for me, because I had loads of fun last Friday when we did that live. I wasn't expecting it to go on as long or just go as well as it did. I was just expecting to open 3 boxes and then that was it, and we ended up staying live for about 3 hours, which, yeah, I had loads of fun. I felt like you guys in the chat as well, and everyone that joined had loads of fun as well. So it is a real shame, because that did get me really excited to do more of them, until I realized this problem that we would face and be in because mapping exists in Weiss. So that's kind of the update. It's unfortunate, but there's nothing around. I can't do anything around it other than that. So I guess I'll just have to see how it goes. Maybe going forward, streaming is just not that viable for Weiss. It really just depends. At the moment, I have been ordering a case. So I've got a case of Overlord and a case of Dengeki Bunko, which I will be going live again on YouTube the following week after Overlord. It has the same release date, but because it's Japanese, it's going to take longer to get here. So it'll be the following Friday I'll be going live with that one. So I guess, yeah, I've got a case separate from the store just for the streams for both of them. I will see how it goes. I will have to price them slightly higher both on Whatnot and YouTube than just ordering a normal box. So yeah, we just have to see what happens. Maybe streaming is just not an option. So yeah, that's the updates for now. Hopefully you can join me next Friday regardless. You don't even have to buy a box, just come in, join the chat, watch the opening. I have loads of fun and everyone else had loads of fun, so hopefully I'll see you there in the chat. If you're watching at this point and you're not subscribed, please hit subscribe, because yeah, you've got quite far in a video that is very specific to the channel and not just a generic opening or something like that. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Please hit like on the video, and hopefully I'll see you guys on Friday.